And oh gosh, I'm gonna die. Hey there everyone, my name is Haley and welcome back to Oracle SMP. So really quickly, I just want to say I'm sorry for the audio issues in my last episode. My mic's cable that attaches it to the computer was bad for some reason. I don't know exactly why or what happened, but I replaced it, so we should be all good now. But anyway, we are starting off in front of this giant mess because this is where we are going to be working this episode. As I mentioned before in the last episode, of course it's raining again, but as I mentioned last episode, I really want to start working on the castle today, so that is what we're going to be doing. And I have done a little bit of planning and brainstorming and stuff in a creative world, and I am so excited for what this island is going to become. It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be amazing, and you're going to love it. So, we need to start out though with this area right here and the castle so we have a good base of operations and I'm not just living off of some chests stuck inside a hill over there. So, let's see. I've decided that I was going to originally do everything to be grass, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to kind of mix things up a little bit. I'm going to do this mountain using some light gray concrete and light gray concrete powder um, because I think it just gives a really cool, clean look, and especially against the stone and stone brick that I'm going to be using for the bottom of the castle, it looks pretty cool. So I'm going to start working on, I think we're going to go for this side of the mountain first, because I was also planning on where I want to permanently put my nether portal, and I think I'm going to put it right over there on that flat piece of land. Also, I got I got Optifine while I was not recording, so now I can zoom, which is awesome. But anyway, I think I'm going to put my nether portal somewhere over in that area. So I want the first thing that people see when they come through the portal to be my awesome castle up in the distance over here. So we're going to work on the mountain a little bit, and we're going to do this side of the castle first, because there's no way we're going to finish this whole thing, I don't think, in today's episode, just because we still don't quite have the necessary resources for it, but we can do as much as we can before we run out of stuff again. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on building the mountain up a little bit, and I will come back and show you guys some of the progress I've made. Okay guys, I am back and I am very sorry, but I recorded some little progress updates so you guys could see me actually building this wall of the castle, and for some reason, I don't know why, they got messed up and they were just frozen and it was not good. So I wish you could have been a part of this process with me, but this whole side of the castle has been already built. So, I will definitely try to do a little bit more of this with you guys in a little while, because I want you guys to see how I've been doing this and what the process is and everything. But for now, I'm going to pause on building this project because I want to start building something else, and this is going to be another farm that we're going to be doing. Which is going to be a slime farm because that's just something we're going to need for quite a few different things going on, and yeah, I just feel like building one right now. So that's what we're going to move on to next, but I think this thing is looking really, really cool. But anyway, that is enough of that nonsense. Let's get on to actually making this slime farm. So I've discovered by using the Amidst program that I really like, that this chunk and the two chunks next to it in that direction are all slime chunks. So that means we can have like a triple slime farm thing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead, dig down here a little ways, and plan out or dig out some area where the slimes are going to spawn, and I just want to check and see what level this is at. So this is at level 47, which means the gravel is at 46, so I need to dig a lot lower than that to make sure that we don't get water flooding us every time we dig a block. So I'm gonna go down, I guess go down to like level 30. That should be enough, and we'll make our slime platforms down there. Alright guys, I am back and I have got this whole area completely cleared out, and I've placed down the rails that are going to be our item pickup system. So we're doing the same type of thing as what we did in the mob grinder, where we're going to have the magma blocks to kill the slimes, and the way we're going to do that is slimes are attracted to iron golems, so we're going to make some iron golems, put them up in the ceiling, and then when the slimes spawn in, they'll jump towards the golems and then land on magma blocks and continue to jump there until they die because slimes are stupid. So, oh, didn't mean to put that pumpkin on my head. Let me kind of show you guys what design we're going to go with here, because I want to make this place look really pretty and nice and clean, unlike the mob grinder where it's full of like nasty diorite and andesite and all that stuff. This place is going to be made entirely pretty much with concrete except for the iron golem platforms because you have to make those a certain way and there's no slabs or fences or anything with concrete. So let me show you what we're going to go for here. So in the center, like I said, there's going to be the magma blocks, and I'm going to do a 4x4 little area of them because that just makes sense to do that. We're going to do that, and then I'm going to put torches up. Let me grab some more torches. I think I have some in my chests here. Yeah, there we go. When you put a torch on a magma block, the magma block will like trap that amount of light that's given off there, which then means that I don't really have to use very many light sources. I can just use the magma blocks as the light sources, which is pretty cool. Especially because slimes can't spawn on blocks where torches are, but slimes can spawn on jack-o'-lanterns, so we're definitely going to incorporate those into the design. So that's that, and then we're going to have some gray concrete around this, and I'm using just powder right now because we can just water bucket it to transform it into regular concrete. So there's that. Then we're going to have some red concrete around this ring. It's going to be kind of like a little, I guess, just a ringed design where we're going to have the same type of thing in each three little sections here of the farm. So this is going to be the red concrete. And then I'm going to take my water bucket and just kind of carefully and quickly, because I don't want to mess up the rails down here. Actually, I'm going to just go ahead and cover these up for just a second so that I don't have to worry about accidentally removing them all. There we go, that should be good. So now I can just, there we go, perfect. Oh crap, nope, just kidding, not perfect. I didn't cover them up enough, oh well. I'm gonna go ahead and finish turning this all into concrete. There we go, this is all now concrete, and then the rails are replaced now. So around the red concrete, I'm going to put some concrete powder, and this stuff is just going to stay concrete powder. And what I kind of was going for is a little bit of like a gradient, almost like a light or a dark red to a light red, and then we're going to do some orange next. And the reason I'm going with these colors is because I knew I wanted to use this type of farm with the magma blocks as the killing system, and also I wanted to use jack-o'-lanterns as light sources so that slimes can spawn on them, and I figured this was a really good way to incorporate these colors in a way that makes sense. So next, there's going to be a ring of orange concrete, and in the corners, we're going to put these jack-o'-lanterns, and they like blend in really, really nicely and match really well. So I'm going to go ahead and place this ring in. Then we're going to go with the gray concrete powder, and then finally on the very edge it's going to be gray concrete. Okay, let's go ahead and put in our iron golem tower or little system here now. I believe it is 3 blocks up, and then I put a slab over here. This might not be the right height, but I will check in just a second. Go back down here. No, that needs to go up 1 more block. So, let's see. Let me get my stone back out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 4, and then like this. Is that what it's supposed to be? Yeah, I think so. So that is where the iron golem is going to stand, and I better eat some food before I die because of magma blocks. So let's go ahead, put this as a full 4 platform, and then we go ahead and we put, I think, yeah, so we just take some cobblestone walls, pop these all the way around here, and so that the slimes can then see the iron golem through the bottom of this, like, little gap here. Alright, and let's go ahead and bring our iron golem to life. We just put some block there so that I can get this guy set, and then we put not a pumpkin on my head, we need to put a pumpkin on his head, thank you very much, and boom, we now have our iron golem all set to go in our farm here. Let me just close this up, and then in the top there, I think we're gonna put some more magma blocks to give some more lighting and stuff, and then fill in the sides with concrete, and everything's gonna look real nice and clean and well lit, and things are just gonna be a good time. Alright, so for the walls, they're all going to be pretty much the same thing, so let me just show you one of them over here. So we're going to have little pillars of this gray concrete all the way around, and then there's also going to be a border around the ceiling of it as well, just like this. And then they're going to have light gray in the corners, like so. There we go. And we're also going to have light gray back here. And then this is where we're going to have some more lighting come in too. And I believe, yes, this is also the dark gray concrete. And then we're going to have some magma blocks right here. Put the torches on them and then cover this whole pillar here with some orange glass. And that gives a really cool lighting effect. And I think it looks really awesome, and we're going to have that in every single one of these little sections here, except for right here, we're just going to have a wall of the glass so that we can have a little viewing area, so from out here, we can look in and watch all of the slimes being murdered. So I'm going to go ahead and keep working on this, and I will let you know when I've made some more progress. Alright guys, I am back, and I have actually completely finished the slime farm. And I know I kind of did this again where I said I was going to do progress updates in the castle, and I didn't, and then I said I was going to do some progress updates in the slime farm, and I didn't, but it's honestly, it's all just me doing the same thing over and over, and I figured we could use the episode's time in a better way by me just telling you kind of what I'm planning on doing and then just doing it. So, without further ado, here is the completed slime farm design, and I think this thing looks awesome. I'm usually not one to use colors like red and orange and stuff, but I think they work really, really well in this scenario, especially when we're using the magma blocks for the killing mechanism for the farm. And as you can see, we've got all of our iron golem friends up in these little cages up there, I guess. And I have actually been doing quite a bit of AFK fishing over the past couple of days, because it's been a couple of days since I last recorded. And just look at how many slime balls we already have gotten. Like, this is probably more than I'm going to need for a long, long while. But actually, the last thing we're going to be doing in this episode, we're actually going to need some of these slime balls. So I'm going to go ahead and take a few stacks here. But it's good to see that this thing is actually working. And it definitely paid off. It took a little while to gather up all of the dyes and the sand and gravel and everything. Mostly the ink sacks is what took a long time, since we're using a lot of the gray and dark gray concrete in this. But it turned out really awesome, and I'm actually going to break a hole in here so I can come in here and show you what it looks like without the orange glass in front of it. I think it looks really, really awesome, and I really love how these pumpkins blended so perfectly with the concrete powder, the orange concrete powder. I think it definitely looks really cool. Unfortunately, from the little viewing area back here, you can't see the details in the side walls very much. You really can only see it in the end, but I still think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it with the slime farm, and we'll have to keep checking on down here to see when we're going to fill up this chest, because I definitely want to make sure that there's room in there at all times. And we also got a whole bunch of stone and stuff out of that, some of which I'm also going to take, because again, it's going to come in very handy for what we are about to go do. So before we move on to our final little project for today, I wanted to make a couple pieces of armor, namely a helmet and some boots, because we are probably going to need them for the project we're going to be doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just, oh my goodness, I hate the thunder. It's so loud and I can't figure out what setting turns that down. So I'm just gonna turn all my sounds off for now. But let's see. So for my helmet, we're going to put on all of these. So we're going to put respiration. We're going to put blast protection. We are also going to do aqua affinity. And we're going to do unbreaking 3. Which I'm going to figure out what costs me the least amount of levels, so that's why I haven't put anything on it yet. And then for my boots, we're going to do feather falling for unbreaking 3 and fire protection 4. And I could put Frostwalker on these, but sometimes it's very annoying to have, so I think I might do just a separate pair of boots with Frostwalker on them for when I need it. So that's why we're going to hold off on that for now. And now, after using 50 of my levels, we have a good helmet and a good pair of boots. And really what I wanted is the boots, because right now, in this location that I had talked about earlier, we are going to go ahead and build our tower. And I have no idea why I'm lagging so badly right now. Hopefully that will go away. But I really want to be able to start working on my nether hub and tunnel. And in order to do that, we need to have a permanent place for our nether portal so that I can link it up properly in the nether. So we're going to be building our tower over here that is going to have our nether portal in it. And it took me like literally days of working on one in a creative world to finally get one to look the way I wanted it to look. Like, I played around with it so much and just couldn't settle on a design that I actually liked. And finally, we have one that I will be kind of basing this one off of. So, let's see here. I'm gonna use some stone bricks, and I think I can make mossy stone bricks if I use vines, right? Oh no, I can't. Dang it, wait, I really wanted the mossy stone brick. Can I if I do it in a crafting bench? Crap, I thought I could. I guess maybe I can't. I'll have to look into that and see. If not, it's okay. We can make do without it. It just would add a whole lot of extra texture, and it adds a lot to the tower, making it look kind of overgrown and mossy, and it will fit in with the theme of this island, which I am not going to disclose yet because I want it to be a big surprise when we actually get to it. I think probably in another couple of episodes we'll get there, but for right now we're just going to be building a nice fairy tower, or princess tower, to go along with our princess castle. So I'm going to go ahead and gather up all of the materials that we're going to need for it, and I will get back to you guys once I'm over there and set up and ready to go. Alright, so I think we have everything to get started here with the tower, and I think where these 4 blocks are is going to be the center, because I want this thing to pretty much be right at the edge of the land, but not so much that it's like a straight wall down or anything to the water. So I think if I put the doorway about here, and then we have nope, not quite. It needs to go 1 block out further. And then I planned this all out in a creative world already, so I'm just going off of what I have already done, because trust me, if I was trying to do this like 100% off the top of my head, it would turn out absolutely terrible. So let's see, I think it goes like something like this, and then up a few And then we need, we're gonna need a lot more of these stairs, let me tell you that right now. Alright, so here we have the first kind of layer of the base of the tower. And I say layer because this is going to like gradually go in blocks until we have like a skinnier, smaller bit of the tower, going all the way up to like the top part. And like I tried messing with having it be all the same, like I guess diameter across, and it just nothing really looked right. So this is definitely the best way that I have found so far for this to look. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the next layer and show you guys what that's starting to look like. You can kind of see how it's like slowly going inward and upward at the same time. So it's kind of it's gonna be like a sloped effect. And I wanted to make it like a really sudden one because having it look gradual just made it look like a really tall spike, and that's not really the look I wanted to go for. I wanted it to be like just wider at the base, and then it goes up into a straight tower, and then we have a little room up at the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in the next little layer of this tower. Here is the third layer done, and from here on out there's really only one more layer and then it just goes straight up. I'm thinking probably like 16 blocks or so. I guess I'll build up to that height and we can see what it looks like. Don't mind the giant waterfall. I used my water bucket to get down instead of just jumping probably to my death. But I think that definitely needs to be a little bit taller. I might go about to there, so I'd say that's another 8 blocks or so. And I think after that, we can go ahead and get started on the room at the top. I'm going to start by just putting like a dirt platform up here because we're going to be using some white concrete powder that eventually will be turned into concrete, and I don't want it falling because that would be bad and unproductive. So we're going to put this little dirt platform, I guess, all the way around the edge, and then we can always dig it out as we need to put the other stuff on below it, because this room is going to be held up by like supports made out of spruce wood stairs. I need to make a new crafting table because I left mine down there, but we'll just pop that right here, and I'm actually going to put this water down so just in case I fall or need to get down for something I can. So I'm gonna make a bunch of spruce wood stairs, or maybe not a bunch. I'll go for a little more than that. Maybe that many. That should be okay for now. And I think the way I had this is like 1 block down there, and then like this, and then like this, I believe. And then I do that on all 4 sides of the tower, and then that kind of just looks like little support beams a little bit. Of course it just started raining. That's just perfect. Alright, next we're going to need a bunch of slabs, and those go up a little higher, and they go just all the way around the perimeter of where I just put these the little support beams, so they go just all the way around in kind of a circle-ish formation, just like this. Okay, so that's how that goes, and then I hope I have enough of this white concrete powder, but it just goes all the way around, also in a circular formation, right on the inside of the slabs that I just placed, and it goes up, I think, let me see, I think it goes up like, oops, like 5 or 6 blocks, I'm pretty sure. So each side goes like this, and we have some 4 tall windows, and then in the windows I'm going to do these stairs like this, and then if we make some fences, we need a little more than that, there we go, then we put the fences in here like so, and it creates a really cool little window design with like a little, almost like a windowsill on the top and the bottom, and that's just going to be the same thing on all 4 sides. Okay, I did have enough for the walls, which is good. I just need to go put in all of the little window details, and I played around with using something other than the white concrete because we've done that for the castle already, but honestly, nothing else really looked good or had the look that I was going for. Like, I thought about using the white terracotta, but that was like just too peachy. And then I also thought about using bone blocks, but one, Those are kind of hard to get. They just use a lot of different or a lot of bones, which is one of our key resources that we need. And it looked too grungy and dirty, and I want this place to be very clean. And oh gosh, I'm gonna die. Well, I guess this gives us an opportunity to see this thing from the ground, and it looks pretty good so far besides all of the dirt that's up there. I'm kind of thinking it might be too high, which I didn't want it to be. I mean, maybe once we have the roof on, we'll be okay, but no, I'm good. But thank you for asking. Okay, this water is staying here now, and I actually need to punch a hole through this wall so I can get all of the dirt out from under here. I think that'll make this thing look a lot better if that's all gone, because right now it just doesn't look that great from down below. I think it's just because all of this dirt is out here, so let's definitely go through and clean all of that up. Okay, yeah, removing the dirt definitely helped because now it looks like this thing actually has some support to it. And oh my gosh, I need to cover this stupid piece of puddle up. But anyway, like I was saying, this definitely looks a lot better now that there's something else there and not just a big square of dirt. So I'm pretty happy with that. But we do need some more spruce wood. We're only missing like a few pieces, which kind of sucks. But I'm going to go ahead and just grow up a giant tree because then I can just get a whole bunch of wood all at once and hopefully we won't have to cut down any more in the future. For a while anyway. And just like that, we have over a stack of spruce logs again. So I'm going to go ahead and pop back up there. But first, we actually need to make what we're going to be using for the roof, which is some purple concrete, which I think will look really good, and it looks really like magical, which is kind of the feel that I'm going for here. So I'm gonna make I don't know how much I need. I almost made some blue, which would not have been good. I'm gonna make, I guess, just as much as I can, because I feel we're gonna use it sometime eventually. I just don't know how much we're really going to need right now. So we're just going to go ahead and, there we go, get some more dye. 2 stacks should be good, I hope. If not, I guess we'll just have to come back down here and make some more. But this stuff I'm actually going to turn into concrete the old-fashioned way, which is digging a hole and putting water in the hole and putting this in your offhand and then just powering through. Because this is going to go in a formation that doesn't really work to just pour water on it because it'll just fall. And I don't really feel like digging out more supporting dirt. So this is the way we're going to do this. So in the kind of corners, I guess, of these towers here, there's actually fences. So it kind of also adds to the support illusion a little bit, to make it look like this isn't just kind of hovering here. It's actually got some stability to it, which is good. We wouldn't want this thing toppling over if this were real life physics, which I don't think it would because this tower is pretty sturdy looking, but you just gotta be safe. You never know what could happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these in, and then this ring around the white part here is replicated up there on the top as well, and that's kind of a support for the roof, which we will move on to next. Alright, now, so for the roof of this thing, you can kind of almost think of it as like a wizard's hat type of shape. It's also just kind of the traditional shape of what a tower roof normally kind of looks like, if you're going for like a fairy tale type castle-y look, which is what I am going for. So it goes 1 block here, and then it kind of does the same thing that the tower does, and it's gonna like slope in and then peak up a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and just place these blocks down. It's hard for me to do this and talk at the same time, so I apologize, but I think this is gonna look really cool once it's done. Alright, and with these last few blocks here, we have finished the roof of our tower, and it's times like these where I really, really wish I had an elytra. Maybe we'll have to take a trip to the end soon, but I genuinely don't know how I'm gonna get down from here. Maybe I have to punch a hole back in my roof to get down. Let's just do that because I don't want to die again because that was really bad. So, this is, where my nether portal is going to be, and I tested this out and it does work, but if I do 4 nether portals all like right along these these walls here and then link them all up to one nether portal in the nether, it works, and it takes you like if you go in any one of these portals, it'll take you to the same one in the nether, and then going through the one in the nether will take you to one of these 4 portals here. And then the cool thing is, from the outside, it gives it like this really cool purple glowy effect. It looks really, really awesome. So I'm gonna just do 1 for now to make sure that it links up okay. I totally forgot about flint and steel though. And I'm definitely gonna have to get some more obsidian because this whole floor up here is just obsidian. So I think I have it so that I dig it down 1 more level, and then that is where the obsidian floor part goes. Because the other cool thing about this tower is it's going to have a real working elevator in it, like a full-on, like you stand in a spot and it lifts you up type of flying machine elevator, which is really cool and will definitely be the right type of thing for here. The only issue is I do have to punch out a couple of these blocks and push them back a little bit, but because that is the back of the tower, I really didn't mind that much. The front of the tower still looks the same, and then the inside of the tower looks really cool, just because it's just a big kind of column going up. It's a cool thing. So for now, I'm just going to place some dirt down here so that if I link up this nether portal and I come through, I won't fall to my death. So I need to figure out what these coordinates are, or write them down, or take a screenshot of them or something so that I can go in the nether first. And actually, I'm going to need some of this obsidian back to make this nether portal, but in the nether, I'm going to find the right spot, make the portal there, make sure they're both lit, and then we'll just have to see what happens. So before I mess with the nether portal stuff, this is what the tower is looking like right now from the outside, and I think it's definitely working, especially like when you're up close, it doesn't look that great, but when you're farther away, it definitely stands out, and that's what I wanted. So, and it'll be even better up close once we mix in some of these mossy stone bricks, which you can make with vines, which is pretty cool. But like, let me just give you a little bit of what this is gonna like make this look like. If I take out some blocks over here, sprinkle them in, and then maybe some like up here, something. It just makes it look really, really cool. It makes it kind of look almost overgrown a little, but not too much. And that, like, I could just add vines all over this, but the vines are a really, really bright like green, and they're super pretty, but they wouldn't really match like the effect of what I'm going for in this particular tower, just because like if I want the overgrown effect, which I do a little bit, I'd want it to be more of this like darker green with the mossy the mossy stuff provides, instead of like this super bright green of the vines. So that's why I'm not just gonna throw vines and leaves and stuff all over this thing. It would look cool, but not really the right look that I'm going for. Okay, the moment of truth. When I light this and go through, I should end up in my tower, and if I don't, then something is wrong. But I did, and everything is right. And then if I go back through, I should be in that nether portal and not my old nether portal. Correct? Yes? Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and break this one and the one by my chests and stuff, which actually is probably a stupid idea because I don't have any way of getting down from the tower yet, but we're going to work on that next, so we should be okay. Also, just because I want you guys to see what this looks like from outside, I'm going to go ahead and build this side's another portal too, and then we can also test to make sure that this thing is going to put us in the right place or in the right portal if we go through into the nether and back. So I'm going to break a couple pieces of obsidian here. I'm going to have to go down into my mine and, oops, and get some more obsidian. But if I light this, head on through, we should go back to the same portal in the nether that we were just at. Yes, perfect. And we come back through, we should still be at the tower. No new portals should have formed. Good. Perfect. That is exactly what we want. So now I'm going to jump on down here and show you guys what this looks like from the bottom here. And hopefully it looks as cool as I imagine it does. We need to get a better angle over here. But look at that. It's like all mystical and purpley and awesome, and I think it just looks really cool. Alrighty guys, so I have finished with the redstone of the tower. Let me go ahead and show you what I've done. So as you can see, we now have just kind of a big open shaft up all the way to the top of the tower. And I have two buttons here. One of them calls the elevator and the other one sends the elevator up. So right now, the elevator is up at the top of the tower. If we push this call button, then this redstone torch tower will send a signal all the way up to one of the observers, bringing the elevator all the way back down. It's a little slow, but it's, I feel like, the best way to have some sort of up and down system in here besides just a ladder, which would not look very nice at all. So here we go, it stops right here, and the reason there is nothing on the floor here or the walls around the elevator right now is because of these slime blocks. I have to have a block as the walls here that won't attach to the slime blocks as it goes up, or else the whole thing will break. So now that we're standing on the elevator, oh my goodness, oh gosh, that's not supposed to happen, and it has never happened before. Let's hope it doesn't happen again. But if we stand here perfectly still and try not to move at all, we can see that, oh gosh, no! What is going on? I think the server is lagging right now. Yeah, it's for sure lagging right now. What the heck even was that? I'm so confused. Okay, hold on. Let me go back up here. And let's try to call this elevator back down here. I might just have to break through the wall momentarily. So the elevator should be up at the top now. I think these are just invisible blocks, at least they should be. So if we call the elevator, it should send it back down. And I think whatever connectivity issues the server is having right now, or I'm having right now, is what's causing this issue. But hopefully it won't happen anymore. So once this thing gets down here, let me show you the redstone down below. So basically, the way this thing works is when I push the elevator up button, this piston gets extended, and that updates this observer, which then updates this piston, and then it basically does like a, almost like, I don't really even know what to call it, but like this piston goes up, and then this piston pulls back. It's basically like a contract and push out and contract and everything until it gets all the way up to the top. And then once this torch tower reaches the top, or there's a button up at the top as well that you push to come down, it does the same thing but reversed. So let's try this again. Hopefully we'll be okay this time. Elevator up. Please don't launch me off. I will die. I'm gonna have my bucket of water out just in case, because I've died twice already on this building, this stupid tower. But once we get up here, which it looks like things are going better this time, now we're in our nether portal room, and this is just what that looks like. And then we push this button and we go back down again. So it's pretty easy. I just need to add in the walls. Unfortunately, I can't add walls right here to cover up the redstone torches because of these two observers that are stuck here. Or I think it's actually just one observer, and one of them is actually an invisible block. But regardless, I can't actually like block those because then this wouldn't move. So we're gonna have this kind of gap here, which isn't really that big of a deal. I don't mind it too much. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, and I decided I'm gonna go with some purple glazed terracotta because it kind of matches the purple concrete. And I think that'll be the best looking block that we can use on these three walls here going up to the tower. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish that up, finish mixing up the mossy stone bricks throughout the rest of the tower, and then we will finally be done with this little project. Alright guys, I am back, and I think this tower is pretty much finally finished, aside from a couple little details that have yet to be added that I'm just not sure whether or not I'm going to add them. But here we are at the top of our tower here, and our elevator is here, so we can go ahead and push the button and head back down. And this is what the walls look like when they are completed, with the glazed terracotta. So I decided to go with this kind of stripey looking pattern because it kind of almost looks like a spiral. If it was all four walls encased, it would look really cool, I think. But unfortunately, we can't do that because of this mechanism down there. But regardless, I think it looks pretty good. And then it's always important for whoever comes down to send the elevator back up, because there's no way to call the elevator up there. There's only a way to call it down here. So and then I've also added just kind of a, oops, forgot to break these back out, but this is just a little kind of escape hatch if someone gets curious and drops down here and they're like, oh crap, now I can't get up. This is how you get up. So that's pretty much everything. I still haven't gone through and added in the mossy stone and stuff. I'm going to just do that off camera. And also, it's a little dark in there when you're on the elevator, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it like that or if I should try to add in some lighting somewhere. It's kind of hard to add the lighting because I can't put it anywhere that the purple stuff is, because the slime blocks would stick to it. And then I also can't, I'm not sure how I would do it with the torch tower. I'm not sure if the torches can still pass a signal through like glowstone or anything. So I'm not really sure. So let me know what you guys think, if you like it kind of dark and spooky a little bit, because like we're just coming out of the nether, and then we come down here, we're out in this bright, beautiful land that we would be in. Or if you guys think I should try to light it up somehow, let me know down in the comments. But overall, I think this thing looks really great, and I can't wait to see it once all of the mossy stone and stuff is added in. The only reason I haven't yet is just because I don't think we'd have enough right now. I've been waiting for these vines to grow back, and I've been farming those and stuff. But as soon as I do have enough of the mossy stone, I will sprinkle that in here in certain places. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.